Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have here for you. We got Uphold in the news. And how about Ripple's investments? Where do they put their money? Well, we're going to take a look at it, and you're going to like it. Binance and EU rules. The end of USDTether. We're really going to take a look at that. And how about this? Ripple, XRP, and a $5.4 trillion market by 2026. Oh, the gap is closing, ladies and gentlemen. In XRP, it's 50 cents, slightly above. We're up 9.0% on the 7 days. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.21 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 0.5%. Right now, Bitcoin, 27,900 plus. Ethereum 1914 on the nose, and we see Tether market cap 83.2 billion. Stay tuned for more on that. XRP 50 cents this morning, up 4.9 in the 24-hour and 9% on the 7-day. Somebody come on in. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Dr. Martin Heisboik from Uphold makes a nice little comment here. He says, since stablecoins and exchange tokens really don't belong in the list of misnamed currencies, XRP is actually number 3 again. If you take a look at it, it's right there. Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin, exchange coin, stablecoin, XRP. Yeah, as it should be. And remember, there was a time in the early days right before this lawsuit dropped, XRP was actually in the number 2 spot. XRP lawsuit was a weapon, no doubt about that. Hopefully we're going to learn more on June 13th too, and I think we're going to. By the way, shout out to Uphold CRO because it's Nancy Beaton who told us on stage at XRP Las Vegas, until there was a legal precedent saying otherwise, we're not taking XRP off of the platform. How about that one? Yeah, I remember when she said it, and I was like, well, I tell you what, the room just erupted right there with applause, I tell you. This right here is really important. You're going to want to take a look at this. Here's a few of Ripple's most recent investments in their areas of expertise. These all post-lawsuit deals. Brad Garlinghouse and team have been busy in a bear market. How about it? Shout out to Cowboy Crypto for this. May 23, Bitstamp Exchange. Remember that one? Key Rock. Thallo, Carbon Title, Super Mojo, shout out to Craig. Yeah, Axiology. And then there is this one right here. Hex Trust, Bank Grade Custody, Chimoni, PDEX, Web3 Pro. And again, we said Axiology, and we see Hex Trust, and we see the PDAX listed again, these different rounds that took place, right? You know, this to me is exciting stuff to see this. You know, carbon credit stuff was on this in the very beginning. If I could just go back to this too, by the way. I just want to highlight this because I think carbon credits and the area of carbon offsets are going to be massive going forward. I really do. Not financial advice, but I think that is something to pay very close attention to with Ripple as they scale and grow. Now, let's take a look at this because CZ Binance says here, we are like 90% or even more complied with the recent EU MiCA rules already, he says. So we are kind of preparing ourselves to submit the request once the licensing process is in place. You know, CZ's had trouble finding a home, and he's been the target, being the largest exchange of the world and when it comes to crypto, right? So this is something to watch very closely because Binance does need a home, and they do need to get the seal of approval. And if they get it from a jurisdiction representing 27, 29 nations, I tell you, that's going to bode well for him in the future. Meanwhile, we have this question hanging over the crypto space while we're looking for clarity. this question just doesn't go away. You know, there's some that believe that USDTether has been flipped and actually compromised from ill actions in prior years by the Department of Justice or U.S. Treasury or some government agency. We don't know the answer, but what we do know that is not debatable, it's not up for dispute, Tether has not, to date, filed a third-party independent audit the way things normally get done in the traditional markets in the area of money and reserves. Now, they haven't collapsed. We've seen a depegging briefly months ago. But the reality is that this crypto space is not in a complete turnaround until we absolutely understand how the regulators and the U.S. government are handling and feel about USDTether. I don't say this to be an alarmist. I don't say this to throw shade on Tether. Tether has thrown its own shade. And the reality is a healthy, regulated market for a new asset class does not have things inside of it that operate the way Tether has up to date. That is a fact, Jack. You write that one down. But they talk about in this the end of Tether, why a structural shift in the market spells trouble. And what they go on to talk about here is decentralized stable coins. And then they highlight basically the DAI token, right? Built on the Ethereum blockchain. But I say to you, what is the need for all of these different stable coins if in fact decentralized stable coins like DAI or XRP, which is a decentralized bridge currency or decentralized stable coin on the XRP ledger, if you will. What is the need for all these different stablecoins? I'm reminded of the Collision Conference when Brad Garlinghouse said as much the same thing when he was on stage in Canada at that conference. This is something to really pay close attention to. And when you're talking $82, $83 billion plus market cap, and everybody's sitting out here and nobody wants to have the conversation about the obvious. What do we make of Tether? More importantly, what does the government make? Because meanwhile, what we're watching around the world is central bank digital currencies find their way to the mainstream, and they start with the pilot programs. And we know Bank of Japan is one of those countries, as many. They are moving to be in power, in control, and to remain relevant. I'm not saying stable coins are going to go away, but in the manner that they're out here today in an unregulated fashion, that has to change if we're going to see maturity in this market. Period. Full stop. European Central Bank has finalized prototypes for a digital euro as it prepares to take a decision later this year over whether to develop the EU's fiat currency in a new format. Now, do any of us believe that it's not coming? Again, power, control, and relevance. That's what's at stake here. And the banks are well aware of it. Now let's talk about the size of the market. Let's understand that XRP is days away, weeks at best, for clarity. Some kind of decision that informs all of us of some very important things on the legal front that will, in fact, lead us in a direction of a more firm path of where this token is headed. And I couldn't be more excited, as I know all of you are as well. But take a look at the size of the market we're talking about here. E-commerce market, according to Morgan Stanley, predicts the market could grow from 3.3 trillion e-commerce now to 5.4 trillion in just 3 years. Now, when I think of that, I think about this decentralized token, decentralized payment currency, decentralized bridge currency known as XRP, possibly a global stable coin someday, serving this market. And pending on the decision we get, just how much of this could they actually capture? It's about percentages, isn't it? How much of the market can we capture? How effective can you be for people in their business, for market makers and market participants? Here from XRP Crypto tells us, and we're going to take a look at two technical analysts today, and it's important why I've chosen two, because they're kind of seeing the same thing. Targets close above 55.58 cents in the short term, closing 1 day or 3 day candles above the white strong support box is essential. So we're going to keep an eye out for that 58 cent range. And then here from Dark Defender, 50 cents is confirmed. As you know, we touched it. But now he's looking for 53 cents. And they're both saying if they get above the 58 cent mark, he says 53 cents. And that's close enough to be in the same neighborhood for me. Clear targets are pointing at dollar plus, for which XRP Crypto cites as well in his post too. This is getting very, very exciting. And it all, I believe, for me, hinges greatly on the decision from Judge Torres. Days away, weeks at best. We all have come so far. This is an exciting ride, and it may not be over when the decision gets here. But I tell you what will be here when that decision happens, is we will have a more definitive path about where this asset and our investment is actually going. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspective. I'll catch all of you on the next one.